jail cell in the South. Bail me out. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Test Podcast. I am your host, Rod. Joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
We are live on a Saturday morning, ready to do some feedback. You know what it is. We did 3 episodes this week. Y'all left some comments. Y'all had some things to say. Y'all left some reviews. Y'all gave us money. Y'all did a bunch of stuff.
Come on through.
Yeah, this is the episode for you where we shout all that out, let y'all know that y'all are heard and that we know y'all listening.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the whole thing. The official weapon of the show is
the taser.
And the unofficial sport,
what about
a bullet ball extreme. As always, we like to start this with the people that gave us some money. We got to shout you out for donating to the church.
May I have your attention? You are now listening to Charlotte's Own Rod and Karen. We welcome the good folks who tied to the Black Diver Tips.
Oh, yes. New money, new honey. Let's talk about it. We got some recurrent donations on the way, and the first one is from Jasmine J. Thank you so much. James C, Autumn W, David from Brooklyn, Latricia C, Unbridled Love, Dr. Professor Bambi, Jason F, Kevin W, Kim the Falcons Diva, Derek LW, Ken M, Zachary from the Living Corporate Podcast, Linwood C, and lastly Lawrence C, no relation. Thank you everybody that gave us the money, because we, you know, that's what we do it for. We love money. Okay, we got this. All right, 5-star review time. We got 3 new ones, it seems. Yep, 3 new ones. Gem on Gems. This is from Ben the Spoon, United States of America. Rod and Karen are what dedication to a craft looks like. Heart emoji. I don't know any other podcast that creates as much valuable content as TBGWT. They always putting out the gold with this emoji, the you know, that emoji that you do when like a chef kisses their lips or something. I love that
notch.
Giving you the sauce over here. Okay?
They giving me the business with the shoes.
What kind of accent was that you trying to do?
I don't know. It's terrible. A terrible Italian.
I think your accent is too country to do any other accents. I think that's
right. That's why I just stick to country.
It's my birthday.
I apologize to any Italian people that's listening and shaking their head right now. Okay. I did not mean to offend you and or your people. That was bad.
That's all good. Mine wasn't much better. It's my birthday. Tiffany says. It's at Tiffany in Fayetteville. Shout out to, I wonder if it's Fayetteville, Arkansas, or Fayetteville, North Carolina, where we went to college. You know,
I don't know.
Vietnam, as they call it.
Come on, Vietnam.
What you know about Murchison Road? Okay, what you know
about Fort Bragg? I
don't
even think it's out there no more.
What you doing over there with Seabrook Park? You know what I'm saying?
Come on, what you know about that?
It's my birthday. Hey, Rod and Karen, for my birthday, I'm giving you a gift of an iTunes 5-star review. Wow, you're giving us a gift on your birthday. Thank you.
So sweet. Thank you for thinking about us.
I've given 5 stars on Spotify, but just in case those don't count, I dusted off my iTunes account just for you, because you two bring me so much joy every week. Truly, the Blackout Test is the hardest working podcast on the airwaves. No other podcast that I listen to on a regular basis provides as much content, information, inclusivity, and laughter as you do. I think that what I like most about your show is that you two are authentically yourselves, from Karen going down a memory lane rabbit hole about the Charlotte Hornets, and Rod giving space for that to happen, to Rod with his snappy commentary on the Black History Month's most notable icons. I think, yeah, if you're not following me on TikTok this month, I feel like you fucked up. It's Rod TBGWT, and I've been just giving the overlook Black history figures their due and their context. They've been doing a lot to get our attention. And I feel like it's up to, since nobody else was ever going to do it, apparently. I mean, how many Black History Months we going to have without y'all highlighting these people? I said, let me take it upon myself to provide some good content out here. And I am going down the encyclopedia, Coontanica, and giving each one of these icons they do. So, CJ Pearson, Candace Owens, Jason Whitlock, Diamond, Silk,
got some classic ones.
Yeah, police dogs. Like, we got a lot of them in there. So I hope y'all are checking out my TikTok. I'm having fun with it. But yeah, I think I started listening in 2016 when I needed an extra dose of blackness in my life to combat the Trump election. Thank you for throwing a lifeline in my time of need and continue to be my friends that entertain on the airways. If I could give 10 stars, I would. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, at the Game Theory taping yesterday, we actually had some fans show up. Yeah, I believe there's one more. I don't want to mess her name up, but I'm probably messing up one way or the other. But I think one of them is right. I think her name was Janelle, but it could have also been Jamil. I wasn't 1,000% sure. I hope I didn't fuck it up both ways. But her husband came out. I saw Miss Crucible and her husband. I met her husband for the first time. Miss Crucible was up there. Yeah, I posted a picture. I took selfies with him, so I posted the pictures on my Instagram. But yeah, it was beautiful because that was the episode that I wrote the deep dive for. Obviously, it's a collaborative effort. Everybody helps on all that stuff, but I'm super proud of what the sentiment and
it came out better than I thought. I don't know what my expectations was, but it really came out. And shout out to Chris Lambert, the star.
Yeah, Chris Lambert. We had him in some Man of the Street stuff, but I think they didn't want to double dip with him, so we had him in the focus group. But it was, I watched it last night, man. And I mean, obviously I was there when they filmed it, but and all that stuff. It was a super fun experience, and
it was hilarious. Them flags was funny.
Yeah, I wrote that.
Your flag on the play.
I wrote that focus group. Like, that was my pitch for the lander, and I thought it turned out well, man. I thought the Good Liars did get a good job with it.
You could tell that their camaraderie with the group was really good, because people were really open and everybody was talking and they were interacting.
Well, the actual thing took about 4.5 hours to film.
Okay, and they chopped it down.
Yeah, what was interesting is watching how much the stuff gets chopped down from 4.5 hours to 2 or 3 minutes. But yeah, I was just very happy with it. People really enjoyed the episode. People been kind of hitting me up on Twitter that as they watch it to be like, yo, this is good, and I wanted to write something thought provoking and something that was a little bit of a zag, but not like giving good, not doing like the NFL's job of like PR, but to discuss something that's happening that nobody feels comfortable talking about. Like, conservative people don't want to talk about it because they hate the NFL is even doing this shit, and the liberal people don't want to talk about it because they don't want to give the NFL any credit because we've been burned so many times. So it was just like a good, it just felt good, and Bo felt good, and there was a lot of challenges to get it out there this week. But I think it's just going to be challenging for every week going forward. But I'm glad people liked it.
Yeah, and I'm and not trying to be funny. Shout out to me that I actually stayed up to watch it at 11 o'clock.
Yes, shout out to you.
For real, because it started hitting 10:50 and my eyes was like, you know what, bitch, I think you gonna lay down. I was like, you know what, I got a few more minutes. I can make it, and I made it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, obviously people could catch it on HBO Max as well, and then we come on TNT on Thursdays before the Inside the NBA crew. So, just I hope people enjoyed it, man. Yeah, it was just a good experience this week. All right, so back to this. Oh yeah, if I give 10 stars, I would. Thank you, Tiffany. Last one is Fit XIO, who says, my favorites, flame emoji. I've been listening to the podcast for years.
Oh.
Finally decided to leave my review. Better late than never, right?
You know what? It is right on time. I tell people, I don't care how long you've been listening. When you leave the 5-star reviews, this is right on time. And you know what you can do? Fold your arms and judge everybody else that have not left it like you've been here the whole time. We just accept you into the fold.
Yep. Karen makes me feel seen. I'm also a queen of not knowing who someone is. Laughing emoji.
I'm the queen of who?
You need this of not knowing who someone is. My bad. I missed the joke. You're right. You need this podcast in your life. They offer the best show recap and cover a lot of news and current events. I can't recommend it enough. They are both funny, unique, and entertaining. Do yourself a favor and check them out. You won't regret it. Okay, I'm done with my long overdue review. Thank you. Man,
Yay.
we appreciate it. Listen,
We
okay.
do. You ain't got to be on top of everything. It's all right.
We need them reviews. I love that y'all stagger them out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get ready to get into the actual like comments on our website, YouTube, and Anchor. But first to play a beat so I know where to insert the things that pay the bills.
Hey.
Man, that transition to 30 seconds. I almost forgot we was supposed to get back to the show. We just gonna listen to the whole beat. All right, 2670, 2670. Meth Mess is wait, that can't be the right episode. Let me scroll down. Hold on. I think I
Oh
clicked.
shit. Let's go down.
I think we start with unsweetened iced tea. Yeah, that's right. 2668 unsweetened iced tea is the first episode of the week. It was a feedback episode.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, who wrote in first, Karen? Who do you think left the first comment?
Abia.
Wow, you're right. She left the first.
Let's
clue.
go.
About white trash. I meant that using it was racist to non-white people, but wasn't sure anymore why. But it was what Rod said. I will only call people trash from now on. I don't want to discriminate. Shout out to you, woke.
Come
I
on,
want
folks,
no
separate them out.
or watch no movies besides Pixar Disney movies with the kids. We watch series because I only have maximum 1 hour watching time a day. That's the price for having it all, I guess. Job, kids, exercise every day, a dog, and so on. So it's fair. Good that podcast exists so I can at least know the movie titles. She also said, most time I read quotes, I have to roll my eyes. There are several reasons for that. Often I think they just want a famous person to appear to be on your team that can't and they can't do anything about it, like when business people quote civil rights leaders. Or the quotes are somehow without sense, but because a popular person said it, it was just accepted. Just
Right.
because someone famous said it, it doesn't have to be true. Or when
And
I read,
it
go
doesn't have
ahead.
to fit everywhere either. I think sometimes people like to fit stuff in places where it don't fit. And a lot of time people can tell if it's thought behind it. And people go, oh, you didn't think, you didn't analyze this. There was no critical thinking. You're like, this sounds like something reasonable or cool to plug in here. And people's like, well, that was stupid. And you're like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there's one quote that I feel this way about that is extremely popular with a certain segment of like black people that I think I know what they're trying to say, but I don't think it's necessarily that smart. Um, but it's someone's ringing a bell. Hold on a second. I'm sorry about this,
Oh,
everyone.
shit.
I'm just gonna let them in, and I don't know if I have a package or something or what. But um, but yeah, you know what I think is funny is this quote. I want to say people are dedicated to maybe like Audrey Lorde or something, but it's like the master's house can't be the master's tool will never dismantle the master's house, and I'm sure it's deeper than what like maybe like if
Yeah,
you
I'm
read the
pretty sure
context of the thing,
the
but
context is there's a lot of shit happening around that phrase. Yeah.
yeah, but sometimes people just throw that shit out, and I'm like, but the master's tool literally could deconstruct the master's house, like
Right.
you
It
know what I'm
built
saying?
it and it could destroy it. Right.
Like I know that would, but it's like as a act. God damn it, this person. I don't know why they won't just take the win. All right, that's the last time for that. All right, but the the whole master's tool master house. I'm like, so you telling me a hammer can't help take apart a house that was built with nails? Like, of course it can. Of course it can. Like, it
Right.
sounds like a person that's never used tools before. But I know
Mm-hmm.
the metaphorical point, but it's just
Mm-hmm.
such a funny quote and the way people use it. But anyway, um, when I read in my former car shop quotes by Virginia Woolf and Oscar Wilde, it was just a weird fit. I imagined those two in this VW shop giving life lessons to mechanics. It was strange. Gina Gates says, I'm apparently the only one who voted for unsweetened tea. And that's the poll, which is unsweetened tea, yay or nay. She says, that said, sugar might not be in my tea, but it'll never be in my grits. Since I trust y'all's recommendation, I started watching Black Summer. It's solid and it's got audio description, so I'm able to enjoy it fully. I'm still only going to listen to it during the daytime because I'm a scaredy cat, though. Yeah, I love that. I just love it. I'm glad a few people have hit me up since I talked about it again and said, like, thank you. I'm watching it. I love it. It's great.
I'm glad you have been
What do you mean you glad? You not? Are you watching it?
no, I'm not watching it. I'm glad
Right.
other people
So I don't
watching it.
want to hear it. I
I'm
don't want
not
to
talking
hear.
about
I don't
me.
want to hear this
I'm glad
pandering.
I'm
I don't
glad
want to hear
that other people
this
watching
fake
it
bullshit lip
because you
service.
have been an
Karen.
evangelist for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Evangelist, my own wife won't even watch it. It's fine, Karen. You don't have to say something just to try to be nice and act like you got a lot of me. Okay. Sean says to
I'm not
clarify,
lying. I'm not. I'm.
if
You
you were
know.
glad you be 4 episodes into season 1 already, Karen, let's just stop. Okay. We have an honest, authentic relationship. We don't need to lie to each other. Let's not start that now.
Right. I'm happy that other people are liking the stuff that you like. I
But
like a
not
lot of
happy
stuff
enough to
that you
watch.
like.
Not happy enough to watch it yourself. That's
No,
not happy to me.
no, you.
Okay. That's unsweet nice tea to me.
Oh no, I
Huh.
don't know. This is insulting. No.
Sean says to clarify, Karen mentioned the one child policy as a question 37 minutes and 50-second mark on YouTube. After which
Not
Rod
the YouTube
said,
mini mark.
they did for a long time at the 37-minute 56 seconds mark on YouTube. Whereas Rod usually corrects Karen on the issue. In this case, he did not. Y'all gaslighting me, making me think I misremember, but I'm not bitter. Yeah, okay, Sean. Listen, uh, you got us, Sean. You got us. Okay. We've done 2,668
I think Roger just gave up.
episodes to fuck with you. That's all. Like, honestly, like, we talk for 2
We did it for
hours.
you, Sean. We did it for you.
We talk for 2 hours an episode, and we never, ever, ever have slipped, made a mistake, or anything until today. And you caught us at the minute mark and everything. And I didn't. I'm just trusting you. I'm not even gonna go back and listen to it.
Me either.
Clearly, I, was trying to confuse the audience into thinking that Japan had a one child policy, um, and not China, and I want people to be confused about like Asian people and where they come from and what the laws of their lands are. I'm a government plant. I'm here. When they shot down that weather balloon, I was mad. I was like, fuck, that's us. We
Oh
trying to we
no.
trying to trick
Oh,
our
oh
audience
no.
into.
Take off your tinfoil cap and close your third eye,
No,
please.
Karen, he caught us. We need to come clean. Stop trying
We
to,
need to
to
come clean.
act.
We need we as
Just tell him the
plants.
truth. Tell him the truth. He's on to us.
Tell the truth.
We
Tell the
busted.
truth.
We're busted, guys. This is the last episode of Black Guy Tips ever. We actually record this in China. We was
Oh
we
no.
was just trying to start some shit
We were just
between
fucking with
Japan
y'all.
and America. And this motherfucker,
I'm not black. I'm not country.
he pulled the mask off of us like Scooby-Doo, like Velma. And he know the real us underneath this is people that make mistakes and are human and sometimes fuck up and forget what they said. So you got us, Sean. This day's a big day for you, and I hope you go out and get some like a piece of cake and celebrate, put a candle on that bitch, and and drink a tall glass of warm milk and be like, I finally fucking got Rod and Karen. And
I finally got them.
Karen said some bullshit, and Rod just wanted to move on
Rod
because
let it Rod let it
he
slide
was
because he was
he
like,
was
fuck it.
because he had been away from home for 2 fucking months and was writing a TV show and also trying to give Yo Ungrateful Ass a podcast several times a week. And he had 6 seconds of, yeah, I think maybe, yeah. What? And then you said, yeah, Rod clearly is just a fucking idiot now. Okay, you won. Growing up in the summers of South Carolina, I only drank sweet tea growing up. But now living in Japan, I enjoy a wide variety of sweetened iced tea, sweetened and unsweetened iced teas. When I do get back stateside, I do enjoy a little bit of Southern make your teeth fall out iced tea. Also, Black Summer, really good show. I watched it a while back based on Rod's recommendations, and it is really good. Glad you enjoyed it, Sean, more than you enjoyed my obvious mistakes and lies. Try to somehow make people confuse Asian folks. You know how I do. You know, I'm surprised you
that's
watched. I'm surprised you watched Black Summer and not Train to Busan. The way I be confusing Asian people all the time.
now Train to Busan is good now. That one was good.
The poll is unsweetened iced tea, yay or nay? Karen,
Unsweetened iced tea? Boo.
Mhm.
No, I
Nay.
don't.
Okay. 73% of our audience on our website says nay. 27% say yay. And of the people with the money on Spotify, 86% say nay. 14% say yay.
They was like, we can afford the sugar.
Yeah, they said, hey, look, cotton candy sweet and low. I don't know.
Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
I think it's
They
cotton
was
candy
like,
sweet
we
and
could
low.
do real sugar. We could do the fake sugar. Like, and the thing is, we didn't put it on there, but some people like do half and half, which
I
I
didn't put
understand
it.
that, but
Yeah,
we
I
didn't
didn't
put that
want
as an
to.
option,
Yeah, I don't want to help them cheat.
right?
I just want to know if they like unsweetened tea. That's it.
No, sweet tea is terrible.
Yeah, and I think even if you're like, listen, I'm diabetic, I can't have sugar or whatever. Which I mean, you can't put the fake sugar in there. I feel like fake sugar count too. But anyway, even if you're diabetic, if you want to have the sweet tea, that still makes it better. Just
Yeah,
because you
so
can't have it don't mean it's not better. You know what I'm saying?
right. And a lot of times when people, when you do this, people automatically assume sugar,
Mhm.
but people put honey in their tea, people put, agave in their tea, people use other things to sweeten the tea. But then it's in my mind, it's still considered sweet tea
Right,
because you still adding some form of sweetener to it.
right. I agree. At any rate, the comments, we had no comments on YouTube for this episode as someone's decided to lay on their horn like they fucking got shot in an action movie.
They buzzing, they laying on their horns. What's happening in New York City?
And then y'all wonder why I be confused if it's China or Japan. God damn. No. Colder than polar bear's toenails is the comment. People said Nelson said cooler than Freddie Jackson sipping on a milkshake in a snowstorm. And so did Dow, son of Strong, or also I forget, stronger son of Strong. White family says unsweetened tea. Sweet. Oh, what the fuck? Unsweetened tea is blasphemy. James says, in reference to being confused about Asian countries, Will Smith voice, keep Karen's husband name out of your fucking mouth. Don't slap Sean, please, everybody. Okay,
No.
I want y'all to be able to win.
No violence
for the next year. Reason says, so cold my car's remote won't start. Damn. Oh, so cold my car's remote start won't work. That's what it says. I didn't know it could get that cold. God damn.
Me neither. Oh, so you hitting the button from the window? Your car's like, bitch, too cold.
What
You
is
gonna have
the
to manually
point?
crank me.
What's the point of remote start if it's a temperature it can reach where it's like, now you're gonna have to come on out here yourself, player.
Do they tell you that when they promote it? It's like, you know what, we can do up to -50, -51, the bitch won't start.
Oh man, I don't know
What
about
is the
that.
temperature, dog?
Rachel says, oh hell, there he go again talking to shit. Keenan says, you could put clips on your show you could put clips of your show on TikTok. Oh, I guess I could.
Yes.
If I'm being real with y'all, I don't want to sound ancient and old. I don't know how to make a clip of the show
For TikTok, me either,
that
because I,
way.
I guess that I put like this. I guess that's a project that I can do because we do got the
Well, you got to learn to do some video editing, but yeah,
oh
you
shit
could
now.
do it.
I
You
guess I
could,
could YouTube it because I don't know nothing about
yeah.
nobody's video editing.
If that's something you want to get into, go ahead, player. I applaud you, but I'm not even gonna lie. It's like people be like, just put a clip of your show on so and so. I'm like, listen, I can put the whole thing on YouTube.
Come on,
If you
yeah,
would like the
yeah,
whole thing, I got
yeah. You
you.
talking about cutting out pieces?
Yeah. Also, like low key, it's just if I'm being 100% real with y'all, it's just more work that I don't have time for at the moment. But
Right.
maybe I would in the summer. Like I probably could figure it out because I know how to edit the show enough to get like a part of it and upload it to YouTube. So I could technically learn to edit like a minute or two if I really was like, this funny minute, we need to get this. Or we could hire an editor if we really wanted to do something like that. But to be honest, I like to do that stuff myself, but I just don't have the time at the moment. But yeah, y'all may see clips of us on TikTok. Maybe that's what I'll do after March is put some of the show on TikTok sometimes because I'm stopping the coon shit at the end of February. I'm not turning into Mr.
Mm-mm.
Coon guy.
No, that's
I
not. We
already
not.
I'm already seeing too many of y'all suggestions that I don't agree with. So
Right. You be like, they
motherfuckers,
did something that made me mad. They are cool. You're like, this is not how cooning
right.
works, y'all. You
Somebody
can't just do one thing to make you mad and fuck all the other anything else that they ever did for blackness ever. No, we're not doing this.
somebody said, can't wait for you to do Oprah. I was like, nigga, I'm not gonna do
No.
Oprah. Like
Oprah
what?
loves our people. What
You
is you
off
talking
you
about?
off the coon selection committee.
Yeah,
Okay.
come on. No.
Oprah versus like Condoleezza Rice to me not close. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's a big ass because y'all gonna just start putting motherfuckers you don't like and whose politics y'all disagree with, but they not really like they not liberal enough for you, which is different
Right.
to me than being a fucking coon. It's like
Right.
put,
Your
put
whole
Obama
thing is
on
to
there. Like I'm
rest in
good,
peace
man.
out of here.
Put Cop Mama on there. I disagree. Leave me out of this one.
Right.
All right. What was I at? Back to these comments. One more. Oh heavens, Kevin says, weighing in on the Kevin debate. I agree, Karen. I think it has to do with Home Alone. It seems like since then people will use Kevin to elevate a joke or scenarios humor. So weird. Cultural moment. The next episode was episode 2669. Nice. Keep your hands in the sky. Let's see what we got. The first comment is from TB, who created a account just to leave this comment.
Oh shit.
More Hornets minutes with Karen.
I'm glad y'all like my 100 minutes update. I like to make my own theme music up.
Well,
I be
Karen,
having a good time over here.
What'd you think about the trades they made at the deadline?
The Hornets didn't really make no trades.
Yes, it did. They traded Mason Plumlee to the Clippers.
Okay.
And they got Reggie Jackson back from the Clippers. It's, I think like a second round pick or something. Okay. And they traded Jalen McDaniels off the team. He went to the Sixers.
Yeah, the thing about it is we needed to do something. Because and the thing about Plumlee, how can I say this? Plumlee is a terrible free throw shooter. And
not anymore. He was.
And it improved. It improved a lot. He
started shooting left hand. It was pretty good.
Yeah, he improved a lot, but they still fouled him a lot. And he still missed, more than he should. And so I think that he may have gotten his ears that there was possibility of doing this because all of a sudden that nigga started balling. Like, I mean, he really started balling. He started being more aggressive. He started going under basket. He started, which is, I realized this, and when I think we went to the game with your dad. Yeah, when I was at the game with your dad, the people beside me almost overheard me because he had the ball. Plumlee had the ball, and Plumlee does this shit that I can't stand. He likes to take the ball down the court. Why? You're slow. You're one of the slowest people out there. Why are you taking the ball down the court. I'm like, get the ball out your hands. And I said it out loud, and the people beside me was like, that's what we're saying. I was like, yeah. It's like, you should not have the ball. And it's very frustrating because watching enough games, the ball has been stolen, turned over, and she's like, yeah, because this is not your position. You get it and you pass it to somebody else is much quicker and much faster, and then they can see the floor better. I do give him credit for actually improving, but yeah, he needed to go, and I understand the other dude too was like, we needed to do something. Because I don't think personally we definitely not make it to nobody's playing game or nothing like that. But I do think if we keep some of the pieces we have, we'll be better next year. I'm surprised they didn't who is it? What's he called? He's out with the left hand.
Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre. I'm surprised they didn't put him up. I
Well,
could
he
see
said he
them.
wants to stay.
Okay. Oh, he
He
said he
did
wants to
a
stay.
he
Okay.
did an interview and said he want to stay at Hornet this next year.
Oh, that's a good thing. But I was like, I'm surprised they didn't put him up.
They may have, but he's got
Okay.
his hand hurt. I think Jalen McDaniels and Plumlee and a couple other people, JT Thor. I think they were playing a lot of minutes lately to try to see if they could trade him. I think that's one of the reasons you saw them playing better or playing more was just to see if somebody else wanted to take them off our hands. And Jalen McDaniels, I just I agree with something you said, which was that he just never really seems to know when to shoot and when not to shoot.
He drives me nuts
Like
watching him.
yeah, he'll be wide open after they made a play to get
Wow.
him wide open, and he'll still choose not to shoot it. But
It's like
yeah,
like watching a little kid play,
mhm.
because we watch kids play. And when kids play, they freeze sometimes, but they're like, I don't know what to do. And it's like, I don't know why you getting tight. It's like he will literally be up underneath the basket, and statistically, up underneath the basket, odds are you missing that shot at low. You can still miss it now, but they like he'll be right up into the basket. And he would literally pass it to somebody. I was like, no, statistically, this is the shot. Or he'll be open for like inside of the arc, and it's one of the things where no, you're like right at the basket. Why are you passing? And as somebody who um is like looking around the floor, to say, okay, this is the best shot, this is not the best shot type of thing, it could be very frustrating. And when he does that, he causes a lot of turnovers when he freezes. It's like, no, don't freeze, shoot. You cause the defense to respond and react. You're giving them time. It's like, no, if LaMelo passes the ball to you, odds are he's setting you up in the most efficient spot to hit the shot. And he's like, nope, I'm gonna pass it. And a lot of times you doing that extra pass or two causes an unnecessary turnover, shot clock violation, or whatever it may be, because it's like, well, you took 3 seconds off when you actually could have shot it. It's very frustrating watching him at times. I'm sorry.
All right, that's been Hornets Corner with Karen. Everybody, you requested it.
Logic started this one. I didn't go down memory lane. All right.
But Mill73 says, I have a message for the babies that feel fucked with every Black History Month where they get fried chicken and waffles as celebration. Hey kids, I live in Vancouver area, also known as Lower Mainland of British Columbia in Canada. It consists of Vancouver and its surrounding suburban communities and has a combined population of approximately 2.7 million people. The population of Black people is 1.2% of the largest ethnic group in the region are whites over 50%, 20% East Asian, 12% South Asian. Whenever I go to Popeyes, churches, don't judge me. I love that mutant chicken and various South Korean fried chicken spots.
Oh,
Do
but
you
we're
know
not
what I,
judging you.
huh?
And they said, don't judge me. I said, we're not judging you.
Oh, no, I'm judging. Yeah, he was right. Everybody should be judged for loving churches. Yes. Churches has those giant fucking chickens that we know are the reason that kids are going through puberty at 12. Like, we know that.
Going
It's
through
fine.
puberty at 8.
So if that's your favorite, that's your favorite. But yeah, he was right to apologize. And various South Korean fried chicken spots. Do you know what I see? Long ass lines with me being the only Black person. These are the same long lines of people snapping up watermelons when the supermarkets have them out. Everybody eat this shit. Everybody love this shit, kids. Don't feel bad that everybody loves your shit. I'm Jamaican. When white people cook curry chicken or jerk pork to honor our food, I'm never offended. I'm usually grossed out because it's usually nasty. But that's a
Right.
different conversation. All that to say, don't let white supremacy make you feel bad about the shit we developed and or popularized. This has been
Yes.
public service announcement, Emil. Yeah. I
And
really do wonder if we're like 10 or 15 years away from hip hop being like that for kids. And I'm not even trying to be funny. Like,
I'm with you. Yeah.
are we 10, 15 years away from an article from a college where it's like for Black History Month, they play hip hop music and I was offended. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, wait, what? That is the pride and joy of our community. Nah, it's racist that a company played this at our get together or some shit. I feel like that's gonna happen if it hasn't happened already.
Yeah, and it can be very, very frustrating because black people don't want to admit, but black people can be the reason why our history gets raced along with the white people. And it's one of those things what I've been saying is you have white people that don't want it there for racist reasons. You have black people that don't want it there be they afraid, they
Right.
ashamed, and the white supremacy. So it's like y'all know y'all actually shaking hands to actually get rid of everything black, and then you're
Mhm.
gonna turn around and be like, why don't the kids know the history? Well, bitch, you complained when they wanted to serve chicken and watermelon. You complained when they wanted to show a quote unquote another slavery movie. When if you statistically look down, we don't get that many. You want to complain every time they show something that makes you feel some shit in your heart, and all of a sudden you feeling bad. You demanded that they take it away and get rid of it. You demanded this. Black people, so it's like, and then everybody won't look stupid when they be like, well, the kids don't know nothing. It's like, well, you can't have it both ways. You can't demand this
Yeah,
shit be stripped away.
a lot of people have the same end goal as the people who want to get rid of critical race theory, quote unquote, in
Yes.
schools. A lot of black people would be down with that. They would think it was for different reasons. But if you told them we're taking all the books that have to deal with anything about slavery and civil rights and history out of schools, there's some black people that would be like, yeah, it's just a downer thing to learn about. I don't want my kid to feel bad. I don't want to feel bad thinking about it. And if that means, you know, it leaves a whole bunch of people uneducated about what happened in the past and we have to face those consequences in the future, so be it. Appia says, thank you for expressing your views on the food issue. This food sounds delicious, and the watermelon itself for sure wasn't racist. It was growing in peace, doing photosynthesis and enjoying the sun. It was
Right.
harvested, sold.
Mind this business.
It was harvested, sold, and brought to the table only to be rejected as a racist food. What a waste. Yeah, it's, you think
Right. It
about
ain't
it,
bothering nobody.
the watermelon was basically going through the same thing slaves was going through. You know, if you think of it, they didn't have a choice in it. Papa Rowe says, it's coming soon to AMC till death row do us part. Yeah. Uh, and Tayrell says, I got officially diagnosed with COVID on Christmas Day 2021. And I'm pretty sure I got it at the theater seeing Spider-Man No Way Home. I was vaccinated and stayed masked, but I still got your mans. It still got your mans. My kids have actually, on paper, avoided it as they never tested positive, but I think we all had it that Christmas despite them testing negative. We are all vax boosted in the house, and as my partner has an autoimmune disorder and has actually had COVID twice because of it. I guess that was all to say no. The kids have not gotten us sick, but the northernmost southern state, Ohio, certainly did. Tayrell.
Right. People want to act like that's all. No, that's all over the place when it comes to those types of things. Because people are everywhere, and a lot of people they tired. They just rejecting whatever the case may be. They've made personal choices and decisions, and everybody's I don't know. Everybody's like
Well,
fuck it.
we're all taking a calculated risk. You know, he wanted to see Spider-Man go no way home or whatever. It's, it just, that's your calculated risk. A lot of this shit has to do with luck too. It's
Agreed.
not just being careful or like a lot of it's being careful, but it's not just that. It's, you gotta get lucky. I'm careful, but I could be in the elevator after someone sneezed and I just don't know. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So we're all going out here by the grace of God, basically. The poll was, have you gotten COVID from your kids? Yes, no, or I don't have kids. Only 13% said they've gotten it from their kids. 32% say they have not gotten it from their kids, and 55% do not have kids.
Well, we got a lot of childless, kidless
Well,
people
that's
out there.
yeah. I mean, listen, that's who got time to listen to podcasts.
But yeah, the,
You
the
know,
kids not interrupting them.
the parents gotta listen to us on full time speed. Sound like chipmunks. Um,
Because they got to get back to the kids.
All right. So then let me check YouTube if there was any comments on this episode. and then I'll also check the Anchor. All right, so on YouTube, no comments. Cool. And on Anchor, we had the poll. 9% have gotten it from their kids, 25% not, and 66% don't have kids, which also explains why they can afford, Spotify Premium and
Come
stuff like that.
on. They over there with the money was like, look, I ain't got to buy no diapers, so I'm gonna put it in this.
May the odds be ever in your favor to cop those Beyonce tickets, was the comment.
Yes.
Carrie says, fingers crossed, prayer hands that I can get them legitimately, because if I can't, I got to get them the ski mask way. Well, I say you look to rob some of them people wearing those new red boots they got on the internet, because that mean they got.
Looking like Mickey Mouse shoes. The fuck is them things? Somebody had had a picture of a boots from a Dora the Explorer. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they look
Them
like
look
Mega
like
Man.
boots.
They look like Mega Man to me. But here's what I'll say: find somebody with them boots on and rob them, because they got excess money
They ain't
and
running.
they can't run away in them damn boots. So you gonna get
You
rich,
you is not running in them oversized Mario shoes. Trust. You
right?
taking them down.
First of all, if they can't get to a glowing star, they not even gonna be able to get invincibility.
They ain't gonna maybe get no super strength.
Um, yeah, they're like Mega
They
Man
can't they
boots.
can't eat a mushroom real quick. You know,
Yeah.
you good to go then.
All right. So Bianca says, swing to another Vine during Black History Month. LOL. I forget what I used that analogy for, but yes, I said it. Katisha says, I have a chance to see B on my B day. I need all the odds and favor. Kisha says, yes. Aaron says, not my friend traveling all the way to Europe just to see Beyonce. Gotta do what
I,
you
s-
gotta
I,
do.
s- I seen some people that was like they got tickets. They was like, yeah, I'm going to another country. They was like, I have booked my flights.
Mm-hmm.
I got them in a non-American place.
Yep. They just want to have a good time.
Mhm.
Raphael says that would suck to get a whooping from the Popo while they quote MLK Jr. I have a dream speech. What's next? They play Bob Marley One Love. I'll take 2B front row tickets as consolation. That's what the next get beat up by the cop settlement's gonna be. They're gonna be like, what you want? $80 million, 2 tickets to Beyonce front row. We can walk out of here right now. The
Right
city,
now,
the taxpayers ain't gotta know.
no questions asked.
Jane says, damn it, I was enjoying this episode till you mentioned that the killer and that crazy obsessed lover were Scorpios. By the way, Rod, how are you dealing with New York City sirens going on at your place? Fine, man. I really don't be having a problem. Like, I actually sleep a lot of times with my windows open. It's all kinds of noise outside. I don't give a fuck. It like I sleep right through that shit. I think it's easy for me to sleep through it because I just know I don't have a choice. And like every once in a while, something will wake me up because somebody be so goddamn loud out there doing some shit at
Fucking
2, 3 in
yes.
the morning.
It was like, what is y'all doing out there?
Yeah, and normally it's like some type of city worker or construction or trash person,
Yeah,
because it'd
working
be like 2,
overnight.
3 in the morning. You just hear like slam, man, goddamn, yeah, boy, about that, creepy, but then they just drive off, and it's like, I guess that was the recyclables. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess the trash is being picked up. I don't know.
As Karen says, Beyonce is a pre-approved Negro. And Nelson says, I don't know if I'm getting them tickets, but more power to you if you try to get those. Man, I'm so confused about how to get the damn tickets. I got an email from my city card that was like,
Mm-hmm.
get on the pre-approved list. And I clicked it. It was
Yes.
like, no. I was like, what the fuck? That was quick. And then so I read a whole fucking article in Charlotte Observer about how to get the tickets. And it was fucking like 12 different ways. Like, make sure your ticket master already had your information preloaded. Do this. I was like, I'm on all that, but I'm saying like, there's like, make sure you can get on one of the 4 pre-approved, pre-reserved, da. And even after all that, you're gonna have a 1 in 800 chance or some shit. I was like, we'll see.
1
Like,
in 800 chance to get the tickets.
don't refresh if you get stuck in the lobby for 2 hours.
Don't
Don't.
refresh.
I was like, all right, I'm on. I hear you. I'm gonna try my best, but it's really in the Lord's hands.
Right.
We
I'm
all
in
out
Group
here.
C.
Yeah, we all out here. I already seen one person bought a ticket. It was $3,000 for one seat. At the
Was they
it
sitting
was
in the front?
yeah in the risers or some shit. I don't know what that means, but it's like the risers to the stage. My favorite part, because hmm, I don't know that there's a way to say this that some motherfuckers ain't gonna get offended, and that's okay. You know what? I'll accept it. Be mad.
Okay.
My favorite thing right now is people that really be asking for money and shit a lot. You know, like give GoFundMe and shit, and then they somehow cop some Beyonce tickets, and then they gotta go on Twitter and like explain to people like how they, because you no one's copping secret Beyonce tickets. Once you cop them, you're compelled to tell the world because it's so
You
you know
can't
what I'm saying?
compliment, not tell nobody.
Right. But then
It's
people
like getting
immediately
tickets to the
being
Super
like,
Bowl. Like for a lot of people, they was like, "Fuck the Super Bowl. I got Beyonce tickets."
but people immediately being on some like this you shit. Not to mention
Oh
like
yeah, they gonna remind you.
a lot of people that love Beyonce are like super dope, but like also black socialist, you know, communist, black, you know, anti-capitalist, a bunch of that. And so there's nothing more highly capitalistic than about, you know, copping these tickets at this moment. It's just,
Right.
it is what it is. I'm not even knocking people for that. It's just funny watching people make Twitter threads and post this shit to try to like mitigate. Like they can't even like flex in peace and just be like, yo, I can't believe it. I got Beyonce tickets. I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be off the hook. Instead, it's like, I know that I've gone through some hard times, but I deserve joy, do I not? Ain't I a woman, sojourner truth, or whatever? And
Come
I'm just
on,
like,
ain't that a woman?
I'm like, why not just post? Hey, can't wait to go to the Beyonce concert. We
And
get
keep
it.
it
We all
trucking.
want it. We all
Mm-hmm.
trying to get it. Like you don't got to feel bad because you the one that
Mm-hmm.
got it. Like shit, if you set up a GoFundMe specifically because you wanted them tickets, people would have been all right. But
Mm-hmm.
it was so funny because it was just like so. Like me and Bossy were just sending them to each other in text, just like look at this one. It'd be people like, I know that I believe da da da. I'm like,
I had a dream like Martin Luther King, and my dream was to get these Beyonce tickets.
somebody I think someone may have even pointed out like she was adding shows
Yeah.
and I think it was somebody
Yes,
whack.
she's
I don't
been
want to
adding
say
shows.
it might have been Teray or somebody. It was somebody that Black Twitter don't like. And I think it was Teray. He said something to the effect of like, man, as a mother of three at this age, her adding this many shows, you know, at what point do you worry if she's like overworking herself or gonna get exhausted, blah blah blah. Boy, they jumped in his motherfucking ass. Boy, shut the fuck up.
They
You
don't want
want
to hear
these
that.
tickets? And at the same time, I was like, well, also, isn't it funny that it's like the most the most capitalistic thing we can say is like we don't care if this woman burns herself off as long as we get these tickets. You know, I think she
People
can do
like,
it
this
just
is the
because
show.
I look at her the same way I would look at like a LeBron James or Serena Williams, like top athletes in the world. I think Beyonce is one
Yeah,
of them.
they fit.
And so if someone can do it, it's definitely her. But it was just funny. He was basically expressing concern for a black woman's health. And it was like, shut the
Nope.
fuck up. That's not a
Don't
black
bring this
woman. That's
bullshit up
Beyonce.
now.
And
Nobody
Beyonce
cares.
is a god. That's not a mere mortal, you motherfucker. So,
She could do anything. Beat it, bum.
like they've been
Now the people
arguing.
like, now you want to talk about her being the mama? Who cares?
They've been arguing all because they want them tickets. It's not from a
Right.
good place of like
Oh
who
no, it's not
cares.
from
It's
a
a
good place.
bad place of who cares.
Right.
And then they've been arguing all week about whether or not she had plastic surgery and if you know it's okay for her to have it. If it's not okay, like that matter, like that should matter to her. But
Right.
I just thought it was funny because I'm like, if y'all were never mean to people about getting plastic surgery,
Right.
y'all wouldn't have to be making a 180-degree turn to justify if she had it or not, because you really should just stay the fuck. It really don't matter.
I don't care.
Yeah, like it should, but you know, when they don't like somebody, it's the first thing they bring up. You know, I can't imagine how many times I can't even count how many times you've seen it with like a Kardashian or somebody or Iggy
Mm-hmm.
Azalea. Like when you don't like somebody, it becomes like a flaw. But when it's someone you like, all of a sudden it's like, well, there's a lot of pressure for your body. Oh, so these other people weren't facing the same pressure.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, or you have to lie and be like, no, it's all natural. Meanwhile, none of us really knows. Anyway, I love Beyonce, and I was just listening to the album today, and man, those transitions are just smooth as fuck.
Yeah, you don't even realize you're moving from song to song. Sometimes you
Yeah.
fuck around, you be like, why is this one long ass song? Like literally, you be
Mhm.
like, this song been playing for 10 minutes. You realize you done went through three
Sometimes I
songs.
want to listen to a specific song, but I hit the wrong song that's like a few tracks before it. And I just be like, I'm gonna let it play. It's all the same song. It's all gonna get
It's
there,
literally all the same song.
you know. Anyway, that's a big tangent. Um I think that's it for this episode. Next episode is 2670 Meth Mess. And that's the last episode of the week. And no comments on YouTube. So I guess we didn't get any comments on YouTube all week for these episodes. Which is fine, but
Mhm.
I just
At least
realized
we know
that.
they're not flagging us, so they put them out. They getting
Yeah, I
out there.
haven't got any takedown notices and stuff. I did get like a y'all use some music notice, but I don't be caring, so I'll just be like, yeah, that's fine. Take the money. We just keep the episode up, but
Right.
yeah, like, I don't care that much.
Take them 2 pennies.
Yeah, like we not making enough money for us to be mad that they did not monetizing the episode.
Right.
It's like, oh, the 4 cent shit. Well,
I
now
mean,
what we gonna do?
what is we gonna do?
But yeah, so Meth Mess, we got 3 comments. The first from Ipia says, I had my first gray hair at 22, like my father. Otherwise, my body is behaving no pain. Sean says, listen, if I found 15K in cash with nothing linking to its owner, that's very different from finding 15K in cash with wedding cards. Although I wouldn't go through the police. Every time I found large sums of money or phones, I returned them personally. However, when I found $300 in cash with nothing to tie to it, and individual 2 days before my $300 rent was due, I had zero cash. This is before I met Jeff from Osaka. So a while ago, I took the money and paid my rent. Just saying. Returning money is good, but my paranoid ass has trouble actually trusting the police to return the money. Yeah, I hear you. I'm with you, especially on the police part. I don't think I would. But see, this is the thing. If I found an ungodly amount of money in cash on some place, I know y'all don't believe me, and I know y'all think it's crazy. I would absolutely feel fine leaving the money. Like I would just be like, I was never here. I don't know what the fuck that's about, and I don't want no
Because guess
problems.
what? Somebody somewhere is looking for that money, and I don't want them to find me on the other
Right.
side or with that money. I'm not getting fucked up over some transaction that I ain't have a goddamn thing to do with.
Now,
No, thank you.
if it was, as you said, $300, okay, and my rent was due, and I needed to make rent with the $300 rent, and it was $300 I found on the ground. That's not the same. I wouldn't go to police or look for a person to turn it into, because I already know who that money came from. The Lord. Okay, that's God right there. And he gave you that $300
Oh, he heard my cry.
when you was down and out. It was the Lord that sent the $300.
Come on, Pastor.
He said, you don't got to be homeless no more.
Come on.
He said you don't got to have sex with some woman and lay up on her couch and be a hobosexual. We're against homosexuality in the church. This is not a progressive church at all. but yeah, that's the Lord. The God did gonna start playing. If your rent is short 300 and you find 300, bruh, I might have to go back to a church if that happened. Like, well, that was the exact amount. Only Jesus could have known that one.
Right? Nobody else knew but him.
Guess I was wrong. He must be real. That's on me. That's on me, player. I had $279 short on rent. I found a $279 bill.
Exactly the penny.
All right. Wangangi says, I grew up too poor to be turning down free money. I also grew up broke enough to not want to steal from niggas who can't afford to lose. So if I can trace the loot and they just a regular nigga, I'll try to give it back. But if it's unattended cash or belongs to some corporation, I'm gonna chalk it up to luck and deposit it. Too many body things over the years. So let me zoom out and say until my mid-30s, everything worked as intended with minimal prep. When you get a weird injury that doesn't heal quite right and you get used to it, but it changes your life a little. Now, do you do that for another 10 to 15 years, and all those minor problems add up to a larger experience of feeling old. But if none of them are currently harassing you, you still feel the same until your niece says something to remind you that you were in high school in the late 80s. Yeah, that's the one that'll get you when you say some shit that you think is not that old, and they be like, "Oh, that's," when they be like, uh, tuning in to the oldest goldest here on satellite radio. Coming up next, 50 Cent in the club.
Come on, coming up next, MC Light. Coming up next, Nicki Minaj, and you're like, what? No.
Right. So yeah, I can see that happening. And I just would like to say I was saving this because I thought it would be funnier, but since Sean did right back in, Japan did have a one child policy. Okay. I'm smarter than you. I know my country. Go find a minute mark to that shit. Okay. In
So you
2015, the
correcting me
government
now? I see what's happening here. You just not correcting me.
I forgot. I'm glad he wrote back in so I can remember. In 2015, the government removed all remaining one child limits, establishing a 2-child limit. In May 2021, this was loosened to a 3-child limit. So yeah, I was right. You was wrong. And I'll accept the apology. The same way the public, the same on a comment on this one. I don't know what we're gonna name this episode. I think it's 2671, but however you want to issue the apology, just make it. I prefer for it to be cordial, and I think maybe end it with I'm sorry. I'll never do this again. Because I think this is your second strike. So let's just go ahead and get that out the way. No more than 2 paragraphs. Let's keep it nice and short. Keep it sweet. And we'll call it. We'll call it a day. But got
We'll
your
call it
ass,
even.
buddy. I got your ass. You tried me. China
Over
had a
something that I
policy,
don't care about. The truth be
and Japan
told,
had a
I know I
policy.
forgot I said
Okay.
it.
I actually don't know if we was even talking about Japan. We could have been talking about any country, but got your
Yeah,
ass.
we talk so much. Like I said, I don't remember.
Okay. That you fucked around and found out. Okay. So,
You know me. Who? What?
yeah. Because China had a one child policy, and they shit all fucked up now. But Japan did too. So full apology. Two paragraphs. All right. I think I think you know where we go from here, right? I think you know what's next.
Right. Yep, that's right. Rod was right. Yep, Rod was right. Yeah, Rod was right. Whoop, what was that again? Oh yeah, Rod was right. Rod was right.
Don't you ever.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
I'm up here in New York for 4 months with half my brain tied behind my motherfucking back because I'm writing a goddamn TV show and I'm doing this podcast. And then you came up here and you came wrong. You come for the king, you press not miss, nigga.
I've been right about all of it. We've been right about all of it. Woo! Yes. Yes.
That's the clip. I love that clip. That clip made me laugh every time.
Who is gaslighting who up in here? I'm saying, tried to make me feel bad. You see this emotional manipulation Sean tried to pull on your. Oh man, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. Oh my goodness. Jeff from Japan, I hope you're not dealing with this. I hope this not your life on a daily basis. Okay. I just hope everything is okay. And that, you're not getting tripped up like I am. All right. That's it for the comments. All that stuff. And we have no Skype voicemails. So the last thing to do is emails. Did you check the mail? Was there anything there?
There was one package.
Okay, so we have physical mail. We'll do after the emails, and that'll be the end of the show. I guess we should play some music here, so we have a little interlude to put in some motherfucking ads. Japan had a one-child limit. China had a one-child limit. And you can't fuck with me. I'm too smart. I work too hard. I know my job. That's my new song called Rod Was Right About Everything. All right, let's get to the podcast emails. Podbean says, God damn it, Podbean. They always make you gotta click on a fucking website and then you gotta like sign up for some shit just to see the comments. But then when you click on it, don't click to your fucking comments. Be like, you can look at all your episodes. I'm like, nigga. All right, I'll see what I can do. I don't. This is the
just
part
not
I
user
can't
friendly.
read.
Yeah.
Here's the part I can't read. Signed up to get in line for tickets. Is going to be lottery style to even get an access code to be invited to get a ticket. Got my credit card on auto pay on Ticketmaster, and I'm sure it's like 17 other things. This person said.
But this is not user friendly, baby. We can't. Oh, we can't extend it.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Like the end more, we can't see it.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm on it now. Trying to. Yeah, this is terrible. This is a horrible setup. Yeah, even when you click on the episode, it doesn't say like, here's the comments on your episode. It's all right. I'll see if I can do it in the background, but this is bad. Fuck Podbean.
Yeah, it's them, baby. It ain't you. It's them.
Yeah, we trying to include people that leave comments everywhere in the show, but they make it hard. Aaron says, hey, Rod and Karen, the chicken and watermelon discussion reminds me of when I would go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles here in LA. I used to be surprised at how many non-black people were in the restaurant, but then I realized chicken and waffles is just very delicious and everyone loves it. I understand why we may be hesitant about certain foods we eat and how it looks because of racism and history, but if they're not going to offer other food options to celebrate us, what is the point? I just want to know, what are these other food options that y'all really would be excited about?
Right.
Like, I mean, just
anything they do, like my thing is this: anything they do, people complain about. You know, it's like, well, then you don't want them to celebrate it at all because you know that's the other alternative, right? It's like ask people, well, what you want them to do? Greens, cornbread. Somebody have a problem about that. You know, like black eyed peas. Somebody have a problem about that. Just say you don't want it.
I just want people to be honest, because I think, yeah, like there's a kind of shame that's in us too.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, because you see this happen all the time with certain types of black folks. They say stuff like, you know, that's the problem. Black people, they everything fried, everything got pork in it, and da da da. And like, there's a weird anti-blackness in that. You know what I mean? Like, they'll say it's about like health, but then you're making it specific to black people when like it's America. Everybody's overweight. It's not germane to only one race, but you'll make it pathological for black people. You know, so I think even if we get mad about the foods that are chosen to celebrate, first of all, watermelon is very healthy, but if you get mad about the foods that are chosen to celebrate, it's always like if they like, you act like if they brought in like you said, collard greens and so I don't know, some ham. You act like you wouldn't be mad about that. It would eventually become, those are, you tired of those foods. Like,
correct. So just quit lying, quit bullshitting me, and just say you don't want them to celebrate it. Just say that, because technically that's what you're saying, because any food that they put up that's quote unquote associated in any way, shape, or form, or connected to us in any way, shape, or form, you're going to have it could be motherfucking grapes. You would be like, you sell me these Negro grapes, you will find a problem with it. So just say
it's like,
you don't want to celebrate it.
It's like, what you're really saying is like, we are letting racists have our culture. That even black people that want to say, you listen, let's have some chicken and watermelon, and it wasn't just chicken and watermelon. They reduced the article to chicken and watermelon, but it was a cavalcade of black food. It wasn't just here's some fried chicken and watermelon. But of course, the way to make it sound worse in the headline is to say they gave them chicken and watermelon. You're like, yeah, and mac and cheese and collard greens and yams and a bunch of shit too. Don't.
Okra,
But
all types of other
but
shit.
the thing is, we're so easily triggered by this shit at this point, and rage content is so strong. They want you to feel they want. I think that's what I push against so much, and people might even feel like it's contrarian, but it's not. It's me reclaiming my fucking emotions and my mind for myself. I'm not gonna let you trick me and use my outrage to help you out. If I'm outraged about something, I like it to be genuine. You know what I'm saying? I like it to be, you know, something beyond just the snap judgment headline bullshit that we all have right now.
And
And
it's rooted
so,
in something. Like the rage has
yeah,
a foundation, like not has a real foundation that I can argue a point
like
and make it clear.
like black police officers killing Tyree Nichols is a legitimate thing that is outrageous to me. You know, but remember that article we had last week that was like black YouTuber attacked by white man.
I was on that white man's side. I'd have been David.
But how many people outraged, you know, seeing that headline, outraged with no context, no nuance? I
Right.
think that's what's happening every year. Is these papers realize, hey, let's just make people get outraged. And motherfuckers are, you see chicken and watermelon, and the first thing you think, because I know where my mind goes, first thing my mind goes is like, oh, something racist happened. Someone thought it was funny. And then as you start thinking of what most likely happened and it trickles down, it becomes so fucking clear that this is probably a black person's decision at a culinary like
Yes.
institution who would like to spread their to uplift our culture the same way we uplift everyone else's culture during their months. And you realize like the caricature you had in your mind of one evil white man in a fucking general in a in a fucking Colonel Sanders suit being like, this will be funny to do to the niggers, like that goes away so fast because you're like, that's not how things happen. Even if it was something where it was insensitive, it would normally be because somebody dropped the ball. It wouldn't be like we want to make fun of black children that go to school, you know? So I think when you have all of this, you know, pressure and we don't have time and we don't really spend too much time thinking about shit, critical thinking, it's easy to get people riled up. And these papers know what they're doing because we get, at this point, I'd say it's an annual tradition that we do at least one of these articles a year. And it's always, once you look deeper into the article, it's always the same fucking thing. Some black person at the company who either it was their job or they took it upon themselves to be like, we are going to celebrate black people at this company.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna have fucking Mexican week and Chinese week and
Italian week.
but skip over black. No, we're doing something, and then it becomes this company hates us. And you're just like, that's probably not what happened.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, it's just I think people feel that way, but it's all kind of bullshit to me. Wangangi says, I still say it's tokenism. We cook at every holiday. Why aren't there black food options with every special American holiday meal? You're already making a special menu. Well, I think that's different. One, I've experienced that. Two, I don't think it's tokenism because you run into that thing that catch 22. If they do nothing, we say they don't celebrate Black History Month and they don't acknowledge us. If they do something, then we say it's tokenism. And if we say, well, the company, that's not real diversity. If you go look at the company, it's probably some black person, a diversity person that's pushing them to do this shit. So more than likely, it's actually empowerment that's happening that you're witnessing. Um, it's just the perception of it, and it's just more complicated than simply yay or nay. And then the other thing with the holiday meal thing, that's kind of a weird thing because everybody in America cooks at holidays. Every culture, every race, you know. So I don't know that that's the knock on anything that you think it is. It's like if they had a week of celebrating like Jewish cuisine and they didn't serve Jewish cuisine at Thanksgiving, I wouldn't be like, look at this shit. You know what I mean? Like caught them. They don't really care. It's tokenism. Like it's kind of a separate thing, you know. But at any rate, I'll just leave this last anecdote and try to move on. But I remember in at Fayetteville State, what was everybody's favorite day to go to the cafeteria, Karen?
Oh, chicken day.
Sunday.
It was on Sundays. That was the
And
only day they
what do
cooked
we
fried
have on?
chicken.
What we have on Sunday?
Chicken, and they would limit it to 2 pieces. And it was one of them things where you could come back through, but the second time you could not get no more chicken. And that motherfucker line would be booked. They started at 6 o'clock. Motherfuckers be standing outside that bitch at 5:30, 5:45. Literally, people be standing outside. And also for homecoming, what do? They cook all the black soul food for homecoming because they know that niggas is coming all around the country and probably all around the world. People, alumni from Fayetteville State for homecoming, and that's what they're gonna want. Because my thing is this: when it comes to it, it's like black people want to be catered to. And we want to see our shit out there like everybody else. And the thing is, it's a catch-22. You can't be like cater towards me when then I don't like the way you're catering towards me. Well, then do it this way, do it that way. And then if they don't do anything at all, you have a problem with it. So that's my thing. It's like no matter what they do, for some people, it's going to be a problem. And people don't want to think about what is it internally inside of you that comes up that says anything they do, I'm going to be mad. I'm not going to give it a chance. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to criticize. You know what I mean? I'm not going to analyze it. I'm just going to be fish mad, chicken mad, greens mad, collard greens mad. It's like you're just going to be mad. Well, then if they don't do anything, some of these same people are going to be the people complaining about, we had a whole Black History Month, and all we did was talk about the pre-approved Negroes. They ain't serve our food. You know, they do nothing else. And on top of that, you have to think these people in the cafeteria, their thing is food. Their thing is not this other shit. We're not, right. You know, so I stay in my lane, which is food. Why am I doing something else outside of that?
Here's the thing, the thing I was going to say, though. I agree with everything you said, but here's the other thing. I never felt a way about how much Black people were lining up for fried chicken and watermelon or whatever else we were serving that day, greens and all that shit. Every Sunday, we was just in line hoping you got in and it was going to be Texas Pete left. Like, it wasn't no racial thing to it. And I know you're going, well, that's because you went to a HBCU. Right. HBCU in America, which is still American, still white. I never felt a way about it. It taught me I look forward to these things because I love these things. It didn't, right. I didn't take shame with it. And yeah, it was chicken day. It wasn't all fried. You could have got baked chicken too for y'all health people. But my point being, like, this was unabashedly Black people shit. We loved it. And if there was anybody else on campus of different races, they loved it too. Favorite fucking day. Catfish day. You love catfish. You know, that wasn't always once a week, but we love, like, you look forward to this shit. And then it's like through the insecurities we have and through the prism of white supremacy, we all end up being like, oh my God, what do the white people think? And we work backwards into like, we should be ashamed. And they never have to feel that. You know, you've never seen the fact that we've never seen these complaints about the other days that are celebrated with food and the other races and ethnicities. The fact that we've never had covered an article like that, it's never become a trending topic. It should say something. It's something about America and anti-Blackness that has affected us in a deep, deep way. That is, I guess, it's just mostly sad to me. You know.
Yeah, and like I say, and the thing is, it is for African American Black people, it's a foundation of who we are, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing to be ashamed about it. There's nothing to frown upon it. You know, there's nothing, you know, and I think sometimes Black people, even good, well-meaning Black people, sometimes consciously and sometimes unconsciously separate themselves from Blackness in various different ways. And it's one of those things where, not trying to fun, as people get more educated, a lot of times they like to separate themselves from blackness. As people get more money, they like to separate from themselves from blackness in various different ways, and all of a sudden frown upon the people that eat like that, like there's something quote
Well,
unquote wrong with them.
also, the other thing too with this is white people who are the people in charge of these companies
Right.
who've empowered these black people to try to 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 acknowledge the contribution of black people to culinary culture. They don't understand when the backlash comes, they're just scared. They're not going to stand with that black person they empowered at the company. They're going to say, I got you here because I thought you would help to keep the black people from being mad. And I'm hearing that your ideas are actually the real racism. Fine. I would like to go back to what I was doing before, not even worrying about this shit. Fuck black people, fuck their history, fuck their month. I'm gonna just go back to serving regular food, and we just gonna do all the other cultures because I don't have the backbone or the understanding. I hired you because I don't understand. And
Right.
I can outsource this understanding because as the CEO of this company, what I'm not about to do is go read some motherfucking books and catch up on shit, or they're not gonna do that shit. So I just think it's kind of interesting. Black History Cop Car. This person writes saying, please write that sketch. Please. I'm laughing my ass off just thinking about it. If you don't, I will. Love y'all. Peace. It is a funny idea, the getting fucked up by the Black History Police. It could be
To the music, to the
I
beat.
mean, you can never get it greenlit. It's just
Oh no,
too many.
you can never get that green.
It's too
That
many.
definitely would be the start of the cancel culture.
Like it could be a sketch on SNL, but what I was gonna say is it could never be greenlit. The ideas I have in my head of like I could make like a weekly 15-minute TV show with the premise of just the same way they have like Law and Order SVU but it would just be Black History cops and just them still being cops and doing cop shit that we hate, but all with that Black History mobile. Maybe it'd be you could do a fake reality show like Cops and be like, black boys, what you want, what you gonna do?
When they come for you.
Black History Cops is filmed live on location. Anyway, Black History. Scott Wright saying, "Hey, Rod and Karen." Hey, Rod and Karen, as always, love the show. You guys constantly keep me in stitches. Here's a little something for you guys for Black History. Thought you would enjoy. When I saw this clip of Hakeem Jeffries, I had to make a beat out of it. It's just in my blood. It's Hakeem featuring 21 Savage. Enjoy. Okay. Let me I have to do something where I can share this on my screen.
Now I heard of 21 Savage. I don't know.
21. He did that song with he did an album with Drake.
Okay, I'm about to say, now I heard of 21 Savage.
Yeah. And he was the one that they found out he was from like London. And then I started making that joke that he was probably like 21 Savage.
How much money you got? How much money you got? How much money you got? How much money you got?
Democracy over demagogues. Economic opportunity over extremism. Freedom over fascism. Governing over gaslighting. Hopefulness over hatred. Inclusion over isolation. Justice over judicial overreach. Knowledge over kangaroo courts. Liberty over limitation. Maturity over Mar-a-Lago. Normalcy over negativity.
So for those that don't know, the context is Hakeem Jeffries gave like a speech at the confirmation of Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, as his at his official like coordination or whatever, like when they confirmed him and it's confirmation. And so he gave a speech and he went through the alphabet and did basically like conservatives versus liberals, like what they gonna stand for. Like he started with the like, yeah, we're gonna work together by partisanship, but here's what we will never choose in this this over that, this over that. Like we're gonna, or we will choose blank over this, knowledge over, whatever you said just now. And so I think that he put this beat to that thing because this clip was going viral on the internet.
Opportunity over obstruction, people over politics, quality of life issues over QAnon, reason over racism, substance over slander, triumph over tyranny, understanding over ugliness, voting rights.
It would hit better, I think, if he was actually rhyming.
Yeah, had like a flow.
Yeah, but I've seen people put like the ether beat under and stuff like that. I like Hakeem Jeffries. I think the House speakership, even if it's the minority speaker, I think it's in good hands. I was a little worried at first because I wasn't that familiar with him. And I knew that I was just hoping that he'd be able to like work with, or at least get the squad to like cooperate when push came to shove, because I think that's gonna be a big thing for the next speaker of the House. Like people sleep on how much Nancy just made
like
sure
herding fucking cats, dog.
Yeah, like people just made well, Nancy Pelosi made sure that the squad could still be the squad, and they could still do what they needed to do.
Right, because you need them too.
Yeah, so, and they need to do it the way they do it because it attracts a different type of voter than the ones that are attracted to Nancy Pelosi. And unlike Democrats are a coalition, despite how every fucking type of Democrat thinks it's a mandate to be just like them. The truth is, it's a big ass spectrum, and we, unlike the other side, the brinksmanship shit don't work with us. So
yeah, we can't put up one slogan and everybody just rolls along with it. Somebody gonna have a problem with it.
Yeah, but the thing, brinksmanship, what I'm saying is, Democrats have proven that they won't vote for just you mandating that they vote for some shit.
Right.
Like a lot of times there's a contingent of motherfuckers that would rather just let Republicans have it, just as fucked up as it is. But anyway, my whole point was Hakeem Jeffries, when he did this and a couple other things, I was like, okay, yeah, he got it. Like we'll see what happens if they ever get back to the majority, but he essentially understands the job, and he's got the flair and all that stuff. He's younger, he's black, and so I think he can handle it. Obviously everyone trying to be Nancy Pelosi gonna have their work cut out for him, so I'm not expecting
some big shoes to fill, like, because she was that bitch.
Yeah, I'm not expecting Nancy Pelosi level shit out of him, because I just think it would be unfair, but hopefully eventually we get there. Thomas says, hello Rod, Karen, and the people. Rod's TikTok coontacular Black history figures reminded me of what happened 2 years ago at work. I work in a 60% black and POC versus white 40% elementary school. Night cleaning up after Dirty Angels, so much trash. Each classroom has a bulletin board outside that displayed things like Black History Month, the kids' art, and the usual. I was actually impressed until I got to room 14X. At first glance, it looks good. Portraits of notable people with their birth and death displayed on top, titled Way Back, with MLK, Rosa Parks, Jesse Owens, Maya Angelou, and FloJo. And I remember seeing these same pictures when I went to the school district, to the point that the picture said FloJo, Rosa, and Maya were still alive. FloJo crossed the finish line in 1998, but this is a new building. Why are these still here? The second set of pictures consisted of Denzel. Nothing wrong with that, but second grade kids here. CJ Pearson, the conservative Republican lady that ran and lost in Philly. Ben Carson and Candace Owens. Oh my God. What?
They saying FloJo's still alive. FloJo been done left us. People.
That's what you took from that, Karen? The FloJo part?
I'm like, FloJo ain't with us no more. What is we talking about here?
All right. My eye was starting to twitch. I got the attention of one teacher's aides, getting her to step in and ask sis if she saw something wrong. And at first she couldn't until I said Fox News. The realization hit her face and she went out. She went and got 2 white teachers, and I had to explain piece by piece, person by person, why this display was not the best representation of the community at large. In the middle of them beginning their steps in, of them getting their steps in, my girl yelled, "Fuck Ben Carson." And I think it echoed down the hall. I hope it echoed because the YMCA after school kids down the hallway. The display stayed up till May, and I sprayed it with cleaner once a night. Every custodian worked there. They're worth no paper and water diluted chemicals don't mix. The next
Fuck it
year,
up.
she didn't put one up. So I guess that's a victory. Black history.
Come on, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up.
I count it as I count it. That
Me
counts to
too.
me as Black history.
Shout out to you for Black History.
And he did include a picture of the mural, so we know that he is telling the truth.
Oh no! Can you blow
I'm,
that
uh,
up?
I'm trying to. Maybe if I try open another. Not sure why I can't blow this up enough. Let me try something. Give me a second, everybody. Boom. Get the zoom back to what it's supposed to be. Open a new tab. Okay, here we go. Now I think we're cooking with grease. The same way that China and Japan weren't allowing their populations to cook with more than one kid. Yeah, so that's it blown up. Black History Month. And it's hard to tell at the bottom because it's blurry once you make it too big. But I guess that's where you got your CJ Pearsons and Paris Denards and all this shit. My goodness. Goodness. Boy, the babies. Pray for them, everybody. Okay.
I don't blame you. Lightly miss that bullet every night.
They're not going to critical race them people out the theory. You know what I'm saying? CJ Pearson going to stay. Show thoughts. This is from C. This is from Cass Always, who says, "Hey, Karen and Rod, just a few thoughts. I know a lot of people didn't watch the State of the Union this week, but I saw the reaction from people that night and the next day. It was funny seeing begrudging respect some hardcore holdouts gave him. It's just further confirms y'all were right about Biden being the right old white man, as most black folks knew. Hopefully they'll get to that point with VP Harris, but people be peopling. Yeah, I'm scared for Kamala, man, because they trying to use the fear that Joe Biden will die in office in next term to say why you shouldn't vote for him, because that would mean Kamala would be president. That's how scared they are of Kamala Harris for no good real fucking reason, if I'm being frank with you. But just black women can't catch a break. Like her being a black woman for a lot of people is the real disqualification, and then they work backwards to find some other bullshit. Because to me, if your whole thing is she's a cop and a bad person, well, how the fuck did Joe Biden win after the crime bill?
Come on.
Then you won't even admit like it's different. And I'm not gonna get into her legacy, which I talked about at length. There's episodes you can go and find. But even the way that people framed her legacy was fucked up and wrong in the first place.
Yep.
But I worry about what happens if it's Kamala, not because of her, but because of these peopling, as you said.
All right. And the most, in my opinion, the most fucked up part about, and I will continue to say this, it's a shame the niggas was more excited about her being number 2 than being number 1. Right. All the celebration, all the people came out. Okay, now when she was running, y'all niggas didn't support. Y'all didn't put no money. Y'all didn't support her campaign. None of that shit. You know, everybody talk about why we to the white man. Well, bitch, it was a plethora of multifaceted niggas out there, and y'all said no to all them bitches, and nobody was fucking perfect. Everybody had a flaw. So, but you know, people not gonna talk about that. How people were more excited about her being number 2 than being number 1. Get the fuck out of here.
It bothers me the way that what we believe as what we call progressive prosecution, for those who believe in such a thing, that we're applauding DAs for doing now, are steps that she took a long time ago that they're just standing on the shoulders of, and people will act like it's the opposite. Like, no, she was an aggressive prosecutor who was for locking everybody up.
Right.
And meanwhile, Republicans at the time hated her, cops hated her, So where's her home then? Why don't the cops love her if she was who you say she was? Val Demings in Florida had a more of a pro cop conservative record than Kamala Harris did, and people was treating Val like, hey, maybe she got a shot at winning Florida. We gotta get behind this black woman. Like it was a weird double standard for her, and I have a lot of reasons why I think that is, and a lot of that shit is low dirty tactics by like black media people that rather have a click than to be honest. And as you pointed out so greatly, Karen, all those people, as soon as she became the VP pick, changed their entire tune 180 degrees.
I be paying
If they
attention,
really
baby.
believe what they said about her when she was running, they should have been against the idea of her being on the ticket. But the second that Joe Biden won, they said he better pick Kamala Harris or Stacey Abrams. That's what they said. So what's the real truth here? And shame on you for putting out that propaganda bullshit only to turn back at the last second. That's some real foul shit. But anyway, I don't want to get off too much into that. That was enough, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't get me going down that train because it makes me motherfucking mad every goddamn time because I paid attention to you niggas online.
On the cross colors MLK card. Can you
colors.
imagine the body and dash cam footage? There is no way it won't be a shit show. Like, can only black cops drive the black pride car? Right. But then they haven't been having the best PR lately anyway, right? Are the lights green, red, and yellow? do they do that propaganda thing and pull over people to give them something nice like a watermelon flavored lollipop or a gift card to a soul food restaurant?
Oh,
As you can
bitch,
tell,
I'll take it. I want a water
disgusted.
flavored lollipop.
As you can tell, I'm fully disgusted, but slightly intrigued. See, this is Cass gonna end up being on my.
We gonna fuck around and put you on the
on the writing
the
staff for the
team.
15-minute.
They gonna be on the team
for the 15-minute Black History cop TV show on Adult Swim. Like, I feel like we got those are several episodes we can have right there.
Yes, sir.
Like every time before they go out and shit, they have like a meeting at the cop, that like conference room they be having and shit with the podium. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, and then like the chief, they all be dressed in like the African color police uniforms and shit, red, black, and green and shit. And then it can be like, all right, today we got a new initiative. It's called Stop and Lick. Okay, we're gonna be stopping random black people, just profile them, but you stop them and then you give them a watermelon flavor lollipop. We trying to make some inroads to the community today. like I can see a whole thing.
And then they go through the things. They was like, now what do we say to the people when we hand out the lollipops? Something like that. Mm-hmm. Somebody gonna say something ridiculous and they're like, no, you can't say that. Mm-hmm. You know what? We're gonna put you off. We're gonna put you off a cross color duty today. You go in the corner.
And they definitely gonna have more than black people on that unit. It's gonna be some white people. It's gonna be some people, other POCs.
Yes, and I'm gonna like the white people. The white people gonna like go extra hard. Like they gonna really be into the blackness.
Right.
And so they gonna be like, black people gonna be like too far. They be like, but what are we talking about? And like the white people gonna be right when they be talking and shit. They gonna be like, but this is what you're supposed to do, y'all. They gonna be like, nah, we black, we got it. We black, we got it.
Lastly, congratulations on the Black History Month coonation of coons. Right? I have been sending them to my friends for midday kikis. You are clearly having fun, hopefully not stepping on your creativity, but if you're still looking for music, I suggest a couple suggestions. Blackberry Molasses, A Young, Gifted, and Black, the Nina Simone version, Keep On Moving by Soul to Soul, and Donny Hathaway's Will All Be Free. Those are some great suggestions. I'll add them to my list. That's the hardest part right now is remembering to find music to go with it, because sometimes it's meta and it goes exactly with what the person I'm talking about. But sometimes it's not. It's just like an uplifting black song or something that people think is black. But those are some great suggestions, and I'll write those down. Karen, what do we get in the mail?
1 second.
Okay, let's give Karen a second, everybody. Uh, no problem. You know how it is. We get the stuff in the mail sometimes, and we love to see it. Keep your head to the sky. You can live as long as you keep your head to the sky. That's the to me that's the best black positivity song. All right. Karen's taking her time. And the winner is not Beyonce because we are racist. I don't you
I
know
just,
what's funny?
I'm
While I
just,
haven't said
I'm
it,
just doing this, going. I'm kind of nervous. Let me see who the winner gonna be.
why one thing is funny though, while we're doing this real quick. Uh I think it is funny that people think the Grammys have a conspiracy against Beyonce winning album of the year because being on the other side of as critics who vote in something is it's not a conspiracy like there's one white man in a room being like give her all the other awards. Is they're biased, but I think it's funny to hear how black people talk about it when we lose something we want somebody to win. It's they're biased, but it's not they're not organized enough to do a conspiracy. It's just their biases come out at the album of the year, I think, every time. Is
Yeah.
which is that black music is not to them as valid as white music. That's what really we're really seeing over and over. But yeah, I think it's funny when people are like, they hate Beyonce. It's like she has the most Grammys ever of all time, anybody. So they don't hate her if unless it's the most complicated hate of all time. It's something, it's the bias for that album of the year shit. And I don't know how you fix that. Go ahead, Ken.
Oh, I know what this is. This is a regift. This is
Oh,
actually
okay.
the gift we got last time.
Oh,
Oh, baby, baby that sent the sanitizer. What happened was I opened it up and one of the sanitizing lights were broke, so I
yeah,
couldn't use it. So I contacted them and I was like, I want my gift. I was like, what the fuck is this?
right.
So so they sent me a replacement one, and I didn't realize they were going to do all the packaging all over again, but that's what they did. So baby, thank you. This right here is going to be in good shape because that other one, that light was broken. I was highly disappointed. I wanted my gift, so I
Right.
showed up. Was like, y'all gonna send me a bitch that works, and they did. Thank you, baby.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back soon. We may take tomorrow off because I know it's Super Bowl, but we also are guest on a podcast tomorrow, which we'll post the link to that. I need to go make my content for the day for TikTok. And yeah, and then of course Super Bowl's tomorrow. So, probably will not be doing a podcast during the Super Bowl. So it is what it is. All right, y'all. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah.
Mwah.